Hello, Cosmy here today, and we're reacting to Internet Historian's weapons. As an American, I love my weapons. It's just a part of me.
Weapons. Weapons. Am I good with a weapon? Yes. Am I carrying weapons on me? Always. Pistols at sunset, the bullets don't reach that far. Aha, check out this weapon I just made. Stay still. Predator missiles? They're working in league with the torpedoes. Tactical airstrike? Why, what's air supposed to do? All this and more on this episode of In the
Oh my fucking god.
Battlefield. Get it? Sorry if I sound weird. It's because I went to the Asian supermarket today.
Yeah.
Because we bought some AstroTurf.
Fake grass.
Yeah, I didn't want to take care of it, so we AstroTurfed some of the backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like shit. Anyway, the neighbor's cat has started shitting on the AstroTurf. What am I gonna? I can't just kill the neighbor's cat. I don't think I can get away with that. I didn't want to get into it with the neighbors either. Excuse me, do you know you've got a cat and it shits on like?
You can't police a cat in the same way that you can a dog.
That's right.
Cats are a law unto themselves.
So I went to the Chinese supermarket, right? Because obviously the thing to do is to buy about 3 liters of chili oil and then fill a weed sprayer with it and then just start spraying the whole garden in chili oil to the point where it just kind of turns red. And then it starts trying to take a shit, and then it goes, oh god.
It turns the grass red, or it turns the shit red, and you're hoping that this is going to, like, scare the cat. Oh, something's going wrong here.
I need to talk to a doctor. So, the grass is looking a lot redder than it usually does.
Wait, this is the AstroTurf. So
Yeah.
you've essentially just dyed fake grass red.
Yeah, pretty much. And, the whole place reeks of chili oil. And if the cat shits there anyway, then, boy, is he going to have won this war.
Could you not?
So, I had a cat that lived... Well, it wasn't my cat, but it was my cat because, I don't know, we became friends. I don't know how old he was. He was old. He was missing his right eye. He had like a scar going down it. Probably from a dog or something. He was missing both his ears, like the tips of his ears. And I always called him Prison Kitty because he would hang around this raccoon. Like his best friend was a fucking raccoon, and they would hang around near the house I used to live in. And this cat he just did not give a fuck. Like, he would shit in that chili oil, born, and will do it again. And that's all I'm thinking of is Prison Kitty. I loved him. He did bite me a few times though, but we did become friends. And his raccoon buddy, I fed him hot dogs. And so, I wonder if they're still alive or they're still doing.
I've just let the shit continue, and
No,
it's been a few years.
An outrageous amount of shit. He's taking like 3 shits a day. Like, he doesn't even keep it to the sort of back of the property where you wouldn't notice it. It's like right on the front. That's the first thing a guest would see. And then we've got a cat, and so people think, oh, you guys are just fucking dirty. Why don't you clean up after yourself? No, you don't. Yeah. So anyway, that's the reason I went to the Asian supermarket, and while I was there was some sour candy.
Ooh.
That's the full story of why I'm eating sour candy.
I used to be addicted to sour candy. I had to stop eating it because I was tearing my cheeks and stuff apart because of the acidity from it, and also my esophagus. But I was eating, and the sour candy I was eating was like some next level shit. Like, a normal person after eating 2, they would probably have canker sores all through their mouth. Like, I ate some of the sourest shit that exists. I miss eating it.
So you've seen the gay bomb, right?
I've heard of it. I'm fascinated by it naturally because it was theoretical, right?
Yes.
I love that Simon Fisher has put a rainbow.
The gay bomb?
The chief idea behind it was, okay, you make your enemy uninhibited and extremely aroused, and then they are more likely in a non-combat situation to start doing it with each other.
Fucking
It wouldn't
excuse
work
me?
in a fight. No one's gonna go, oh, I'm just too horny to fight. Then they just start running at their own men in the other direction. But maybe it's a permanent change. You've got your wife back home and your kids. What if you come home gay? Sorry, honey. I gotta be my true self now.
This might really backfire because it might make the opposing army like even more bonded with one another. Because now they're just like, I gotta save my
Yes.
dude because like
I gotta save my
he's
homie.
great. I love him. I'm just thinking now of this like super elite gay army.
It's just you and me, skin on skin, stripped to the waist.
That are just so loyal to one another that they are unstoppable.
Just like rolling in rainbow camouflage. Everybody's just like super afraid of them.
What about guns? Have you ever fired a gun?
Yeah, only a rifle. Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
When I was in America, I made a beeline for the gun range.
Yeah?
Went full hog. I wanted to see what it was like. And yeah, it turns out, yeah, it really made me feel like a man.
People do say that
fucking
though,
love
a
guns.
bit dismissively, but there must be something absolutely instinctual about holding a weapon. You'll sort of notice it if you ever go for a hike and you pick up a stick that just feels really well weighted to hold and you could use it like a weapon. I do find myself like naturally carrying that around and just sort of feeling good about it.
Yeah, it's the ultimate tool.
Yeah, I bet there's something about that. In the past, the ones that pick up a pretty good stick and just walk around with it survive a lot more.
Absolutely.
They're so loud though.
Oh, God.
I can't stand how loud they are. Oh, silencers are banned in most states, I think. And it seems to me like the reason that legislation has come into place is because everybody watches the movies and thinks that
Yeah, I own a silencer for a gun I won't talk about, but it suppresses the sound, but not as much as people think it does. Like games and movies over dramatic a suppressor. Like it does help a lot. It's just still loud as hell.
a gun with a silencer on it sounds like
Yeah.
yeah, like it's in Hitman, but it's actually just there so you don't go fucking deaf.
Yeah.
It's still really loud. I suppose you wouldn't be able to recognize that sound so regularly.
No. Can you silence a shotgun? Oh, you can. Actually, adds a degree of style.
But why would you want to silence a 12 gauge? Like, if I'm shooting an intruder, I want everyone in the neighborhood to hear it.
to it. The silencer is a bit like adding a mustache to a gun.
Yeah, it does make it look a lot cooler. You got to admit that much. Like,
Oh,
that
definitely.
lame.
Oh.
Hey, that's like immediately cool. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I even think he becomes more handsome.
Yeah,
between shots, you know?
play it again. I'm going to close my eyes and just... Welcome to America's favourite game show. Silenced or unsilenced? Alright. Well, I was definitely silenced. Ooh, it sounded like no, but I couldn't really tell.
Okay, how about this one?
That is definitely not silenced. That is full hog.
Interesting.
Silenced.
Okay, all four of those were silenced.
Ah,
You can tell he doesn't listen to gunfire often, because telling the difference of a silenced gun and a non-silenced gun, there's a huge difference if you know what you're looking
I
for.
did.
You correctly guessed that it was behind a pillow.
That's a bloody good one, isn't it? Because that wouldn't silence anything. I mean, it might make it quieter for the person who's getting shot. How else would that work?
I'm just going to put the pillow on so it doesn't hurt your ears.
Thank you. Pillow silencer.
120.7.
I like the idea that off screen it's just like someone tied to a chair.
So now we'll use the pillow. All right, Jerry.
Jerry? So he's got tied up. Yeah.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Oh, yeah.
But it only went up to 102 decibels. 120.7.
CNN goes fully Samuel.
This is the AR-15.
Right. A lot of people will buy this just because it's cool.
Why else would you buy a gun?
Is it illegal to look cool now? Is that what they're saying?
I'm sorry, I really dislike the sort of moralistic tone there of just like, some people just buy this gun to be cool. Yeah, of course.
Isn't that the reason for half the things we do? You buy a slightly nicer car, or you cut your hair a certain way.
Did you just get that haircut to look cool? Yeah, man. Fuck off.
The defining characteristic of the AR-15 is the speed and power of the bullet.
That whole defining feature of a bullet is that they go fast and are powerful.
Yeah, well, it's no good if it bounces right off you. I do like, who fired this bullet?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell happened here?
That looks like a classic, like, GoldenEye N64 bullet hole as well. It's classic.
You fire too many and these ones start disappearing. Alright, ordinary things. Let's do gun lessons from people who also don't know much about guns, but I know a little bit. Do you know what the difference is between automatic, semi-automatic, pump action?
Pump action is the one where you've got to sort of like jerk the gun off before it'll fire again. Semi-automatic's more like do-do, do-do, do-do.
Yep, one trigger pull, one bullet.
An automatic is like
yeah, you hold it down and it goes all over the place.
If I wanted to fire this on full semi-automatic, all I do is keep firing. Now, I won't probably...
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Quick translate that.
How do they both look like Tim Cook?
Oh my god.
It looks like Tim Cook and Mike Pence had a baby.
That's sweet. I don't like the way I can see the outline of his nipples through his shirt. I kind of feel like for the news, just where, like, I don't...
Do you find it erotic? Can you not focus?
Yeah.
What I find distracting is that one seems much lower than the other.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's a weapon designed to inflict maximum damage.
It's a weapon.
It is a weapon.
gun.
Ad. Not enough people are using Nord. So much of their private data is out in the open. I have to show everyone why Nord matters. Da-da-da-da. Huge deal on a 2-year plan. Pirating movies. I call the police. Store his with history. That guy is gay. Da-da-da-da. He's not buying that for his dog.
Are you sure it's COVID?
Da-da-da-da-da. Sorry, wrong building. Chinese spy. Da-da-da-da.
Yes, I'm just tired of being
Did you
single,
find some
know.
cream for that rash, Sarah? Up and away. Looks like I'm too late to save you hundreds of dollars with region-specific pricing on funerals.
Oh my god. Oh my
I couldn't let you
god.
expose my secret. That I actually enjoy playing Field of Tanks Mobile. Goodbye.
Yeah, you could have just used Nord, nobody would have known.
Oh my fucking god.
Will Nord survive? Will the sponsorship contract be renewed? Find out next time on... Also get a huge deal off a 2-year plan, plus 4 free extra months, yay! Nord.com/incognito.
Gunna's just eating them at this point.
Ad.
When I was a kid, there was this brand of sour candy called Toxic Waste. Do you get that in
Oh
Australia?
yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Came in the
It was
little
in
tub.
America as
I
well.
love that stuff.
Oh, man. I've been addicted to sour candy since I can remember. And of course, you know, the more that you're told that you're not allowed something, the more alluring it becomes. I was about 5 or 6. I'd sneak some change from the kitchen counter. I would take a bit of a side route on the way home and go to the old dairy. And sometimes they would have this sour candy. And it was 5 cents a piece. And I'd go in and I'd buy like $1 worth. I'd scoff it all down on the way home. One day, I got like $5 worth of coins. That gave you like 50 pieces. And 50 pieces is way too many to finish by the time you get home. So I had like half a bag full. I'm gonna have to hide this somehow. I'll just hide it under my shirt. And I walked into the house thinking no one's gonna be the wiser. And my sister, the first thing she saw, she's like, "What's under your shirt?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And I go running to my room. And maybe it was my mom or my dad, I don't know, they come running after. They go, "What is that? What do you got? What do you got?" I then like ran out and then I just ran to the neighbors. It was like being caught with drugs. And I knew this neighbor kid and I was like, "You gotta take this, you gotta take this." And he takes it and he hides it under the cushions and the couch in the lounge. And then I walk out the door of the neighbor's place. Nothing. It wasn't anything.
Still sweating from the sour candy as well. When I was a kid, my contraband was the violent horror movies and such.
Oh, no.
And I remember one time my dad drove me to a sleepover and I wanted to bring some horror movies that I had squirreled away in my room.
This is great. Your mum's cleaning your room and she like looks under your bed and instead of like porno mags, there's just Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, in fact, that did eventually happen. And I got given a stern talking to.
All right, ordinary things. Let me tell you all about the birds and bees.
Oh, gee, Pa. Oh, shucks. I don't know nothing about all that business.
Then you take her boyfriend's face and you put it on your face, and that's when you run into the room.
Possibly inspired by watching Midnight Express, I got the DVDs and taped them to my torso under my t-shirt, and I was just sat next to my dad on the drive there.
So did you get caught?
No, I didn't. But
oh, what? Isn't there a big square outline on your shirt?
I think I put a jumper on as well. If I recall, actually, I remember my dad saying, aren't you warm in that? I think it was summer and already sweating. What if he catches me with Kill Bill Volume 2 on one shirt?
So did you watch the movie at the place?
I don't think people were too impressed.
Right.
Do you want to watch this? Some guy gets his head cut off. No, man. Just want to talk about girls and stuff.
We're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, I was hoping I could ruin all your nights.
People get a fake foot, they lose it in a
bar brawl of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. So they give you a
Be a
fake
bar
foot. So what would
brawl,
you do if you could have any sort of fake foot become a weapon? What would the weapon be?
Well, how about it looks like a normal foot, but then I take it off and it's just one big titanium spike.
Yeah.
You could twist it off and replace it with other things like a snooker cue or one of those grabbers.
Okay, so this isn't really a weapon. This is a multi-tool.
Yeah, I think so.
You want a Swiss Army foot.
Yeah, a multi-tool, multi-foot.
That would be quite good. You're caught in the wilderness or whatever, and then you've just got a whole bunch of tools in there.
Yeah.
So, no problem. Let me start a fight. I would probably have it would be a gun for sure.
This is when you're in the woods, is it? Well, see, I'm next to you right now. Yeah. I've got my multi-tool, and I've just twisted my axe attachment on, and I'm just kicking wood. I'm kicking trees down.
Yeah, I'll shoot you, and then I'll take your multi-tool.
You won't have the twisty bit.
Yeah, you've got it like a key.
Exactly.
It'll click out of one.
The one of them is a wheel powered by an engine.
Fucking lock-picking lawyer be like...
If I just balance on that one wheel, I can go around like Rosie in the Jetsons.
Oh shit, that would be good. Like those wheelie shoes, but it's diesel.
Yeah.
Bro, wheelies was one of the worst shoes to have. In theory, it sounds good, but I knew 2 kids from my school that got seriously injured. One broke his arm during school too. He was rolling and he fell down the flight of stairs so how the school works is there was 2 flights of stairs. One flight led to the cafeteria, then there was the science rooms to the left, then the next flight of stairs led to the second part of the school, and he fell down the stairs leading to the cafeteria down to the 4th floor. He ended up breaking his arm. Then the second kid ended up breaking his something in his neck. I don't remember what it was. He didn't die, but he was out of school for a month. Wheelies was a mistake.
As someone who's completely normal and well
I was
adjusted.
the cool kid. I had actually I didn't. Now I think about it, the shoes I wore were so 2 pairs were I don't even remember. They were this really off-brand shit. Then my 3rd pair was a female shoe. It was female shoes. My dude, I wore what I could get. I really liked the 3rd pair though. I know they were for females, but they were light pink.
I have thought about if you were to kill someone, what would be the best way to get away with it.
Yeah.
People could have these elaborate plans of kill him and all burn the body in the bath. Nah. The best way is just to find them on the street, let off 2 rounds, and just walk away. Hood up.
Yeah, I was about to say, the best thing to do is to walk in public and just fire 2 rounds.
Yeah.
No fuss, no muss.
I think you're right. Right. Let's plan a murder.
Brilliant.
Because I don't understand how it's done in the modern day and someone gets away with it.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm trying to kill you, right?
Cool. Yeah.
So first I have to find your address. I'd have to go to England. So now there's records of me searching your address. There's records of me being in the country. I then have to get to your place. I rent a car or I take an Uber. And then all along that route are cameras that are tracking the license license plate of the car I'm in. And I've got a phone on me, and that's being constantly picked up on every cell tower.
Yeah, the first thing you want to do is leave your phone at home. If you're Ubering to your murder, I think, like...
Let's say I Uber within 5 kilometers of your place, and then I just start walking to your place. The whole route is going to have cameras along it. I get to your place, and what do? I like knock on the door, and then you answer it, and then I have to go like bang. Everybody sees. Look at this dude. No, okay. No, that means I need to break into your place. What do you do from there? This is becoming so difficult.
I say you got to smash the window in and make it look like a robbery gone wrong.
Bang. On the way out, I steal the DVDs real quick and just put them in my shirt. Then I guess you just sort of take off running. It'll still be a robbery gone wrong, and so they'll still start tracking these cameras.
Yeah.
They'll just start following the line.
We got him.
I think you're putting too much faith in the CCTV system. I think it is quite fallible. They're not everywhere.
Right. Anyway, point is, it's impossible ordinary things. It cannot be done.
I just think, you know, if aliens are real, that just completely changes the way everyone sees the world. It'd be amazing.
Maybe. What do you reckon the alien weapon would be?
Well, the anal probe is the classic. When combined with the gay bomb, it stops being a weapon.
That is not a weapon. It's a medical analytical tool.
That's a good point.
Do you reckon they...
Look, after the whole alien thing recently, even if they were real, it wouldn't... I don't know in other countries, but in America, we wouldn't care. We literally do not give a fuck. Like, nothing in our lives would change. Like, us Americans are just so fucking tired of everything that we just wouldn't care. We would be like, well, that's cool. Onwards all day. We got jobs and we got a house to pay for.
Clean the probe between analyzing humans.
Depends what the aliens are doing with the probing. Are they just measuring butthole circumference for their files?
Yeah, what could be done there that wouldn't just be easily done with some sort of alien pill or an X-ray? I reckon they pull out that probe, go, this is fucking disgusting, and then they just shoot everyone up the airlock. They go, another one.
They're all gross.
This is gross every time.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. This is horrible.
You would think there would be just as much mouth probing as there would be.
Hopefully not with the same probe. If you were going into a medieval battle, what's your choice? You know, they're all on a wall. Which do you pick? Which way, Western man?
I've heard of...
I don't know. I guess it's not what armor they're wearing. If they're wearing chainmail, probably a sword, because it can stop swings. But if you know, oh no, even a spear would probably be better. It just matters if they're wearing full plate armor. Probably some medieval artillery or something.
The scythe is pretty useless in battle.
A mace, though, I think a mace is good stuff.
Right.
Like, it can bludgeon, it's sharp, it's easy to use.
I don't particularly want any of these, to be honest.
That's picky. Wouldn't go with the scythe. I'm actually not here for the battle. Just the battlefield is just in need of a bit of a train.
So if I could have any weapon, it would just be like this.
Sword and shield. I mean, it's a classic for a reason.
Let's say you and me, one-on-one, right?
All right.
So I've got the spear, you've got the shield and sword. Who do you reckon wins?
I reckon me.
Reckon?
I just got to bide my time and get you to stick the spear into the shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if he fucks up the spear, you know, thrust, it's gonna get stuck in the shield. But if he doesn't fuck it up, the spear wins. I guess it's like a skill at that point. Who's most skilled with which weapon?
And then I'm just cutting your spear in half and you're done.
I don't think you're blocking anything with that shield.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I think I'm poking at you, and you're moving your shield around, and then I managed to get just a little bit behind your shield at one point, and then I just press in.
You can't get my fingers, though. That's cheating. That's not fair.
Let's see, like, spear versus sword.
Spear versus sword. Brilliant.
We can put some money on it.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, he's sticking him. He's gonna try and stick him good.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
I like the spin technique. Like, so you don't know when it's coming.
Wouldn't it be more like? Wouldn't it be easier trying to use? Because your other hand has nothing in it. Would it be better just to try to grab the spear than trying to dodge it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, the charge is the thing. As soon as the spear guy has...
It was at this moment that he knew.
he fucked up.
Got you to stop within spear distance,
Yes.
it's game over. Spear wins.
Mm.
The key is not to be spooked by the spear.
Yeah, don't fear the spear.
Charge in like a motherfucker. He's half dressed like a bank robber and half dressed like a beekeeper.
Yeah, now that you pointed that out, yeah. Give me all your bees. Where's the queen?
Fear the sting of Bee Man.
Just back on maces, what do you think of this?
Morning Star.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that'd fuck you up pretty good.
You know what the problem is with this weapon? It's got so many points, and they're like, if you hit someone right in the head with it in the heat of battle, it is liable to get stuck. And then you're in the situation where you're like trying to pull it out of someone's head, and then someone puts something in your head.
That'd be a bummer to clean too. Like, this
Yeah.
thing would not go in the dishwasher very well at all.
No.
What's the like really weak version of this? Like, you could have this ball, but instead of spikes, you've got those like fingernail Cheetos. That would be
Fucking Boogles? Boogles are really good. I love them.
pretty good.
I'm trying to think of like a Nerf version of the Morning Star.
I like the idea of this. If it was much, much smaller, like the head was half the size of a golf ball, and it had these tiny little prongs, it would be exceptional for serving olives.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
Right? You could take one of these, and then you just put like a dog too on it, and then you just chase people around the battlefield because no one wants to get the dog shit on them, you know?
That's true.
You'll be feared on the battlefield.
It's like when you go to prison. Obviously, I'm not strong. I don't have the option of like going up to the biggest guy in there and punching them. That wouldn't go well.
No.
Your only other option is to just act like the craziest fucker possible. I have shit on a stick, utterly unpredictable, terrifying human being.
If you spill, you know... Why is this funny to me? If you spill your apple juice over the front of your shirt, can you just pop back to your cell and throw on another shirt?
Surely.
Or you're like, oh, that's my only one. And then you have to walk around as the guy with apple juice down the front of your shirt.
They must have a wardrobe. They must have a place where they put their pants and socks and toothbrush shivs and all sorts. That's a weapon. The toothbrush shiv.
Prison shivs.
Is that like a little Derringer pistol? Sergeant Hal Birchfield.
Oh, everyone had those mustaches back in the... When are they coming back?
I can't really grow a mustache very well, so I'd be a bit upset if that happened.
Really?
I have a mustache, but it's a bit of a Howard Hughes sort of like...
Bro, I could never grow facial hair for like the longest time. Right when I turned 21, I grew facial hair, and it's like out of control now. I have to shave like once a month. Like, I have a full beard if I don't shave, full mustache, sideburns. Like, I don't know where the fuck it came from. Because I know no one in my family has beards or anything. So I don't know what gene I got. And I don't know why it just suddenly happened. I've never had it. Then I reached 21 instantly. And it just instantly appeared.
Hold on a minute. Let me have a look at this. Oh, yeah.
See what I mean? I've got what I like to call the anti-Hitler. I can't grow it in the middle.
I don't know if this is racist.
Okay, continue.
Have you ever noticed how people from Eastern Europe tend to have that sort of facial hair? The same sort of facial hair that you do?
To be honest, I can't say I have noticed that, but I'm willing to go ahead with it.
Serbian man.
All these men have thick mustaches, so I'm not sure your theory
Slavic
holds.
man. Yeah, no, it's
What's up, PewDiePie one?
I'm amazed that you've typed in Slavic man and none of them are squatting.
You know what? This theory sucks. These people will have regular moustaches. I don't know why you proposed it, to be honest. It's kind of racial and it's not true. While we're on racist things, I've got one more.
Go on. Yeah, please, continue.
Have you ever noticed that Asian people, when they
Oh
park
my
their
god.
car, always park their car backwards into the car space?
No, that's not just an Asian thing, because I do that. And I do it because it's easier than pulling out backwards.
I cannot say that I've spent enough time observing other people parking, let
Here's
alone...
my experience, right? I live near a pretty Asian suburb. Right, I love it. I love going down there, shopping there all the time. Where you normally see people parking, they just, drive forward, straight in. But for some reason, every time the local residents here park, they reverse in. And I'm thinking, like, is it something they are culturally taught that has some sort of advantage? Okay, in an emergency, you can drive out faster. Is that what it's about? Is it like, oh, I want to show off my car? Yeah, look at the front, much nicer.
That's interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is representative of a culture that forward plans.
Ordinary things, bigot confirmed.
Yeah, because if you park in what's called facing front, it's easier to pull out of that parking spot after you're done doing what you're doing. You're just planning ahead of time.
If you're done with your racist tirade, ordinary things, I'd like to move back onto the topic at hand.
I do have an Asian.
Just because you have an
story.
Asian friend does not make you not racist.
Have you ever been to Cambodia?
No, I haven't.
When I was there back in the day, I got in their taxi and the guy was like, "Oh, you're new here?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously." And then he said, "Do you want to go to the firing range?" And I was like, "Yes." You can use a machine gun. You can use some handguns. I was like, "That's sick." And then he went up a level and was just like, "If you got $200 American, you can even fire a rocket launcher at a cow."
No way. You said yes, right?
I will admit that the option did intrigue me, but I was pretty broke back then, so and also it would have been a bit gross, and maybe I would have felt a bit ashamed of myself. Don't get me wrong, I went. I didn't use the rocket launcher, but I did hock a grenade, which was fun.
Cow killer confirmed. Yeah. Oh, you threw a grenade? What was that like?
Yeah, it was great.
Was it spooky?
I was scared. The guy, he could tell.
Oh God, this nervous Englishman is gonna drop it into his shoe or something.
But I also saw the pen where they had all the sheep and cows.
Oh no, their little nervous faces. I'd be nervous that like the pin wouldn't want to come out that easily, and so I'd hold it in one hand and then pull the pin, but then I'd also pull the grenade out of my hand at the same time.
To be honest, that's something I would probably do.
Just play football with a grenade. Would it ever explode as long as the pin didn't come out?
I think not, because the whole point, if I recall, the pin is creating a chemical reaction with something like a piece of metal that something's connecting.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a better question. You pulled out the pin, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a Russian grenade, then you have no idea when it's going off.
Do you think you would be capable of pulling that out with your teeth?
No.
Yeah.
Really? It wasn't quite like a key of a car, but it was like there was a bit more of a mechanism to it. Yeah.
Interesting. Because I've seen that with, like, you know, there's Tom Cruise at the end of that movie that's on the screen right now, and he's got like a mouthful of grenade pins at the end. And I've defeated the big bad. And I was always wondering, like, oh, I bet that's not that easy to do.
They are amazing.
I didn't realize you had the expertise.
If I'm completely honest, I didn't really feel like much of expertise. I could only afford one.
It's funny, the guy who's editing this, he's ex-army.
Oh, really?
So he's probably like laughing at us right now, because I'm sure he's got all sorts of experience with like grenades and tanks and shit.
Tanks? I'd like to drive a tank. That would, I mean, wherever lets me do that, that would be sweet.
You can't drive one over a cow. Would you go back to Cambodia now?
Yes, if only for the breakfast. The Cambodian breakfast is exceptional.
Really? Why?
It's like pork and rice, but my God, the pork is absolutely
that
delicious.
Sounds so
my
good
core
for breakfast.
Memory of the 3 weeks I spent there was just like getting up every morning and being like, another breakfast, please. Delicious. Yum, yum.
I got to tell you, there's no breakfast food that I like, but in like Asian countries, it's like, what's for breakfast? Well, like duck and chili on rice with some green beans. Yeah, perfect.
You're setting yourself up for the morning.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Like, I don't really like breakfast cereals instead. I like meals for breakfast. Like rice and meat for breakfast, I can chow down.
Putting up the biggest meal of the day.
But I'm not a very breakfast eater. Like, I rarely often eat breakfast.
Should be in the morning. That's when I start my morning. I have sausage, eggs, bacon, the whole 9 yards.
See, that's just too much. That's just too much fat in the morning. Like, how don't you feel like shit after eating sausage and bacon?
So I just get up and cram my little gullet.
Like, once in a while, I'll get up and eat a whole banana, and that's it.
With food.
I also wonder whether it's like the cuisine that is in Europe and in Western societies required so much preparation that there were only certain things that you could get done by breakfast time.
Yes, I think in other countries, it's someone's job to get up really early and cook for, like, everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're trying to say. It's that you didn't drive a tank in Cambodia because they park them all backwards.
Excalibur, sword in the stone.
What's the one that's found in a lake with a lady?
That is also Excalibur. I think one of the stories is that when King Arthur dies, he just like tosses it in a lake.
Ah, no man can pull the sword from this stone. These strong men come along and they're pulling at it and smudging up the handle. Up comes Arthur. Oh, please.
Oh, go on then, sir. Can I ever go on the swording the jig?
Oh, we'll all be laughing at you, kid, but go on. I guess he lubes it up and then he just pulls
Yeah,
out.
it's easy for him. That's the idea, isn't it? That means he gets to be king, which is an interesting system of governance. I reckon we should go back to whoever's the strongest gets to be the leader.
I like that idea. Once in a while, I do see someone who's kind of weak and pathetic, and I think, why do you get to be in charge?
I think it should be whoever's the strongest or who's ever slept with the most women.
Hey, now you're thinking. But how would you prove that you would sleep with the most number of women in order to become the king?
I just like the idea that a guy would show up and just be like, yeah, I'm running for president, and here is a list of 50 women, you can call them up. Here's a few kids that look like me for
It's like a bad list of reference.
Yeah.
Hey, can I use you as a reference? Yeah.
What, are you running for president? So instead of having a sex scandal, he would be like, yeah, it turns out he wasn't having that many affairs.
Oh my god.
No, he was loyal to his wife. What's going on?
Get him out of there.
How hard is it to put a sword in a stone?
That's a really good point.
That would be much more difficult than pulling it out of the stone. So the guy who put it in there, that should be the guy who's the king. Okay, what else we got for mystical weapons? Poseidon has a trident.
Poseidon's trident, good one, yeah. So he can command the sea with that, can't he? He can, like, make the waves move, make the fish fuck each other, something like that.
If your trident controls the ocean, what's the point of, like, the pointy bit? Like, he's not using the trident as well as a weapon, right? Wait, what's the point of a trident?
That's a good point. Yeah, actually, what has a trident got to do with the sea?
What is a trident? Is it used for catching fish?
I don't know.
I never thought about this. Is a three-pronged spear is used for spearfishing.
No way.
Okay.
I guess it does make sense. If you're, like, going at a school of fish, you want as many prongs as you can get.
Yeah. What you'd really want is a five-pronged spear, right? Because, see, this is 2D.
Explain why is 5 better than... No.
Okay, hold on. It goes down like that.
Yeah, I'm with you so far.
Now, if you've got a spear that goes like this, then, oh shit, I missed it. Or the fish was over here, and so I missed it. So what they're doing is they're making 2 more prongs.
Nice.
But that's only 2D. What you really want is 5, because...
Yeah, I mean, that is superior.
I love the spear.
I think, in contrast to this extremely bloodthirsty and violent episode, we should walk through a meadow holding hands into the sunset.
Yeah, we'll do that for about 3 seconds until the editor gets bored. Yeah.
No, all right, outro.
Right, first thing I'm going to do is fill in that mustache gap.
No, stop it.
I've got a permanent
Stop
marker
doing
in
that.
one hand, and I'm holding your head down with the other.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm hacking the mainframe, and I'm going to turn your webcam on.
No, don't.
Hey, everyone, he's a furry. He's wearing his fursuit now.
How about this, right? I'm going to be an unsuspecting victim, and you are going to be an assassin.
Brill. Okay.
And if you manage to kill me, then the episode ends. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling.
Okay, well, I'm coming up behind you with a plastic bag, manhunt style.
You can't just walk into my house. I keep the door locked.
That's why I kicked it in with my muscles.
I heard that. Now I've run up to my panic room. I'm on the phone with the police.
Don't worry, the police are in my pocket.
Bribed the entire police.
It was easy. Now I'm going to put some C4 around the corners of your panic room, and I'm going to blow this bitch up. Button press.
I now open the door with my scythe, and I begin to sweep at your legs.
What the fuck?
Swish, swish. Now the hunter has become the hunted.
Get away. I'll swat your
The
hand
most
away
dangerous
and
game.
pull out a funky-looking knife.
Oh no, it's got dog do on the end of it.
Get away.
All right.
Get in your panic room.
I'm now running up the stairs and doing a very difficult action for the editor to keep up with.
Don't worry, I'll make it easier for you by flinging a shuriken into the back of your head.
Yeah, I like the idea that I'm running away, right? And mid-sentence...
We've got to end this episode, and I'm going to end it by ending you.
Okay.
I break down your door, and I start throwing some shurikens at you.
Ah, too late. I have picked up a wooden table and...
Well, that's okay, because that was just my distraction for my real plan, which is to feed you this delicious poisoned apple. You cannot resist its juicy goodness.
I already had breakfast.
Oh, what did you eat?
It was some duck, some chili, and some green beans from Cambodia.
God, that sounds absolutely delicious. Yeah,
That does sound really good,
for
really.
murder. Would you instead like to hold hands and have a delicious Cambodian breakfast?
That sounds lovely. Maybe we could kill a cow as well, like you did in Cambodia.
That is not canon.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't a cow, was it a child? A small Cambodian refugee. They had survived a much worse country and finally made it to Canada.
Look, you leave my Canadian brothers alone.
Oh, yeah. the place where they could finally prosper, but then they ended up in a hole, receiving the bad end of a grenade from ordinary things.
This is rubbish. Let's try something else.
Yeah. Everyone, go to your computer right now. Type in tickets to Syria.
Comma.
What happens if I destroy my passport? How do I renounce my citizenship?
How to buy ammo on deep/dark web.
How to smuggle cash on plane.
Do X-rays detect LSD? They don't. Save you a Google there.
Wow.
Hey.
What's like a shitty version of Pablo Escobar?
No outro this time. Video is over. Was there some weird recommended videos there? Which one do you want to watch?
We should watch one of my videos on the main channel. I like watching myself and listening to myself.
Yeah.
Logic, object in the universe. What are these? What? These like real, or these like all like?
Yeah, me too. Is one of my videos in the recommended? No? Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
No, I haven't watched your videos in ages. No. Is it just me? Or do you also have like tremendous contempt for the audience?
I hate them. Can't stand them.
Like I hate the fans.
They're the worst. I want to turn a weapon on them and then onto myself.
I just want to tell them, fuck off.
Oh no, the video's still going.
Someone just turned the lights off in the lounge. Quick, a distraction.
Quickly.
Uh-oh. Now the Spanish version of the same video has started playing. Wait, quick, what's the Spanish word for weapons?
Armas. Armas! Kesca, armas!
Oh, I'm about to
now I'm doing the
on my bed.
doing the Spanish intro, baby.
Okay, maybe something like, welcome to this Spanish version. It is exactly the same content. Instead, it is a lot sexier. A beautiful weather woman has entered the room, and we shall make sweet music together. Bing, 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 bing. And then we just like clicking on the maracas. Fuck, this is gonna be a 10-minute outro.
And then I drown myself in the toilet.
Yes.
Hitman style.
Alright, bye, ordinary thing.
Well, one of his best outros ever made. Giving the editor a run for his money. Well, I guess we'll see you in the next